Not gonna lie, Brendan. I kind of just want to sit around and play video games all day.
I do it.
I'm trying to like ease myself into what should be a holiday break.
It's like a reward, though. Video games at the end of the day. My brain is done thinking. Now it's time to just blast a bunch of stuff away. I mean, I just love those shooter games and anything that's you're just going through. And
yeah, I've picked up. I don't know if you know Titanfall 2.
I don't. I'm really not up on my video games.
No, but it's like Titanfall 1 was like, it was good, but it kind of got thrashed in the ratings because like it was all trying to be multiplayer, like online multiplayer, but like the campaign was like embarrassingly bad and short. And so the second game, they made the campaign really good. But like no one knew that it came out because it got sandwiched between like two wicked games. So
gotcha.
We should probably go. I realize what time it is. All right, just give me a second here.
I got some stuff to say about Die Hard.
Okay, one second. Hello.
Hi, everyone. We're here.
Actually, wait. I'll go back over here. So now we're in van mode again.
Yeah, no, we got to keep the... This is what would be happening.
Van mode's good. Kayla, what's going on? Kelly, what's going on? Liz, what's going on? Gemma, what's going on? Kelly again.
Yeah, hi. We missed driving around in a van to come see you all.
Yeah.
I mean, the van's right outside. It's right there. I could go and hop in and drive around.
Just for like old times.
You know what? I thought about that on the way home from Belleville. I'm like, that was really not safe.
I don't think it was unsafe. We've definitely seen and heard of more unsafe.
That's true, but my attention was pretty drawn away from actual driving.
Yeah, I would agree as I want to say a spectator, but as somebody who's like, I hope nothing bad happens. And
I wonder if I got pulled over
YouTube.
If I had like, because it's hands-free devices. So if I wonder if I got pulled over and I was on a live stream, because it's just like a phone call hands-free.
But I wouldn't draw attention to it. I wouldn't even say anything. I would be like, hold on, officer.
Yeah.
I need to just stop my live stream I'm doing right now.
Just mute it and let everyone listen.
Oh, by the way, I'm also a musician.
Yeah. Exactly. Wonder how this is going to go.
See, Brendan, you got to read the chat. I'm on my wrong computer right now.
Hold on, I'm going to pull it up here. I got two screens now, so there's things all over. They're all in different places.
I'm just bringing up the YouTube chat. See, Shani's here, Ashley's here. I like this part of the program where we can just say people who are here. So we appreciate people showing up.
I'm here. You're here.
You know, it's just AAA plus content over
just
here.
Being stupid. I don't know. Wait, where am I?
So how's your week been, Brendan? So far.
It's all right. It's a little weird to wake up and it's like I woke up today and I'm like, and we're still in lockdown. I had a dream that we were like loading into a venue and it felt really real. It was cold. It was snowing. We're dragging amps out of there.
Sounds about right.
And then I woke up and I'm like, that's not real.
A second. I'm not hoping this gets better.
That's
it is what it is right now.
Yeah. But yeah, it's what an unprecedented year.
It's been interesting for sure. Larry's here. How's it going, Larry?
Hello.
Yeah, no, it's like I know we usually start our streams with this, but it's just the interesting year. But like for some people it's crawled by, and for other people it's like flown by. I'm in the pool that it's flown by.
Yeah, it's kind of flying by now. That's the scary thing is days go by and I'm like, oh wow, it's going quick. It's Christmas is next week.
The calendar Christmas. We're doing Christmas in July.
Yeah, same
my
with
family's decided on.
Yeah, it's too. I'm about to have a new little niece or nephew.
Ooh, congratulations.
So that's another reason to not get. Everyone's gonna stay home. It's just too much. My sister works in the COVID assessment unit at the hospital too. So even though she's probably, she gets tested twice a day, so she's probably the safest
Really?
of all of us. Oh yeah,
Wow.
both nostrils.
That's a lot of swabbing.
Oh, that's a lot of swabbing.
A lot of swabbing.
I mean, when I went, I got a couple of them done for the Cal streams.
Yeah.
I want to say they weren't that bad, but that's not something I'd like to go through every day, let alone twice a day in both nostrils.
I know several people that have got it, and I've heard the ones who've had bad swabbers. It's felt pretty brutal.
Yeah,
they're just like they didn't know it could go that far.
I had one where I thought I was getting a lobotomy, but kind of felt like that.
Yeah, the old swab. I haven't got swabbed yet. I haven't been in a position.
Avoid it if you can.
Swab. It's one of the, it's like
you don't need to.
Yeah.
Do it.
No, on the medical, I have to get my annual MRI on the weekend, which is fun.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun.
MRIs are a blast.
It is good. I'm 3 for 3 for falling asleep in them and not moving still, which is good. Because if you move, you mess things up. And I don't know what happens when you mess it up. But I'm wondering, they did send a form, like a pre-clearance form to kind of go over, but I'm wondering if there's going to be any swabbage. If they'll just spring it on you.
Right? They'll just
like,
come
all right.
in. They'll come in and you'll see them carrying the little package and you're like,
strip down, put this robe on, tilt your head back, give you a quick swab. So I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that's not a surprise. Like, surprises are one thing, but I don't like the hospital surprises.
Yeah.
No one needs that.
It was still not pleasant, and it wasn't a surprise when I got tested.
No, you were like, it was like a lineup at Wonderland.
Yeah, it took almost 6 hours.
Yeah, jeez.
Luckily, I had a big van to lie down on the back end. That's what I slept.
Ashley says I had it, wasn't that bad. Again, people that have gotten sick, it's been all over the map. Because like I know people have passed away this year, and we know at least, say 12, 15 people that have had it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Paola's out on YouTube right now. How's it going, Paola? Lauren said you got tested today. Line took 3 hours to get through.
Oy.
That sounds rough.
Oh.
We have to like set up your time now in Toronto.
Yeah, you can't just go like I was going.
You can just go all willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly. Flying by the seat of my pants. You have to.
Just gonna go get tested today. See what's up.
Apparently, 1,000 other people were thinking the same thing. Great.
This is a good day for it.
Great. So.
Well, hopefully, rounding the corner on all that.
That's so. Then obviously the streaming services and how to pass the time. Everyone's playing games, watching movies. And that's why we're going to talk about Christmas movies.
Good segue.
Right?
Good segue. I saw one of those like clickbait titles today, being like 50 best Christmas movies, and I'm always curious when I see stuff like that, like how many movies I've seen, because I haven't seen that many movies to begin with, and I saw like 3.
Obviously, number 1 should be Die Hard because that is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
I think Die Hard went on the record saying that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Okay, you know what? It happened at Christmas in the movie. And they're running around a tower, and Professor Snape is trying to kill them. It's great. He was Professor Snape in that movie before it was even like a thing.
Not
really, but
I'm just trying to think of a way to word this without anyone Googling it and finding the wrong stuff. But there's technology called deep fake, where you can like put other people's faces on other people's bodies, and it'd be good if they took what's his name? What's the main
Alan
guy?
Rickman?
No.
Bruce
Willis. If they took Bruce Willis, but they put was it Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter?
Yeah.
They put his face over Bruce Willis's face and deep faked that movie, so it was what was it? I haven't seen Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Harry
Potter?
Professor Snape guy? Snape? Yeah, so it was Snape versus Harry Potter.
Snape.
I don't know. I don't.
That'd be more accurate for Die Hard because it's all about guns, Professor Snape.
Could be. But they could put their faces over top of them.
They could take some of the guns out and put wands in there too.
They could. Like guns versus walkie-talkies. It could be guns and wands.
Yeah.
It'd be great. But no, I think that would be pretty funny if they did someone. So just to put it into the universe, not that people using deepfake technology aren't busy enough, they could put those two faces.
They could just
characters in the movie.
deep fake Alan Rickman from Harry Potter into Alan Rickman in Die Hard, and put some Professor Snape.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Because there's a lot of opportunities where it would work.
I think it would be good. Seeing in the chat here. I was curious to see what some other people's favorite Christmas movies are. Larry just wants us to play Twist and Spoke again when this is all over. Don't worry, Larry. That is definitely on the list.
Oh, it'll happen. Don't worry.
That is on the list. That's in pen on the list. Shani says Christmas Vacation, The Year Without a Santa Claus. I think it's just Christmas Vacation movie. That's a good movie. With Chevy Chase.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
That's classic.
It's been a while. I kind of want eggnog now.
Kelly says Gremlins.
Gremlins?
I didn't know Gremlins was a Christmas movie.
I believe it takes place at Christmas.
So it just has to take place during Christmas.
And that's as good. I mean, the Die Hard's got Christmas music in it. It's at Christmas. What more do you want? I mean, it's in LA. The Nakatomi Plaza is in LA. So it's not going to snow there or anything, but
they should have like a Christmas movie bingo card, and it just has to like fill up or get a line on that card.
And I mean, they have the wholesome element to it. They have Carl Wilson. I don't know what his real name is, but that's his name from Family Matters. He's in it. And
Winslow? Carl Winslow?
Or Carl Winslow, sorry.
Yeah. He has like one character. It's like half dad, half cop.
Yeah.
Like dad cop.
It's wholesome.
Wholesome dad
What is
cop.
more wholesome than that?
That is his gig.
What did I say? Not Winslow? What did I say?
It's Wilson.
Wilson. I was close.
You were close.
I was pretty close. I grew up with the Family Matters TV show. It was on every day.
It was basically Fresh Prince before Fresh Prince.
Yeah, kind of, right?
Ashley is saying, yeah, Die Hard again. Evan's saying A Year Without Santa. I don't know what A Year Without Santa is.
Maybe that's what we're saying 2020 is, because everyone's foregoing Christmas, so it's The Year Without Santa.
I'm looking it up right now. No, it's a movie. Oh, sorry, it's the animation movie. You'd know it to see it. You'd know to see it.
I thought we were just talking about 2020.
That's pretty accurate too. No, I recognize this movie now. The animation on it. You should look it up, Brendan. You would know what's going on. You know what's up.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, You're That Saying that's a good movie. There's a lot of movies where I feel like I just don't know the name of it. Just like songs, and bands, and books. Lesser extent poetry.
The Year Without Santa.
Larry's saying Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story classic as well. We're gonna watch that when that's on.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen The Year Without Santa Claus in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of forgot about this.
It's a weird thing too, because a lot of the I don't know if you have cable, B, but it's like we haven't had cable in probably over 10 years now. So it's like, if it's, when you would just see things when you're channel surfing, channel surfing's kind of gone now.
Yeah, exactly. It's more Netflix surfing.
You go to watch something, and it's like I wouldn't just channel surf over to some of these Christmas movies. Although I think one of my yearly traditions is to very gently force my lovely wife to watch like a horribly bad Christmas movie. Like something with just like a real crap title.
Like Friday the 13th?
No, that's horror stuff. That's horror stuff.
Jason Goes to Christmas?
Oh! This guy, someone's awake on the bench here.
Look who it is.
Still in van mode here.
How goes?
Yeah, we're consistent with van mode. Dan, you're even on like a bench seat
on the bench
thing going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is not unlike the bench seats.
If I could put Dane's window up top here, then it would be very, very accurate. And then I just make it a tiny bit smaller just for perspective. So we're looking into the van, and then you'd see how it actually I'm gonna actually put that in after we're done, because StreamYard's like, do you have anything, suggestions or anything? I'm gonna be like, hey, I want to be able to have one up top and two down the bottom here.
Yeah, because you can't really do that, can you?
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Hello, everybody. Hey. I see the chat popping.
Talking Christmas movies.
I was excited when I saw that on here. I have you guys said your favorite yet?
I haven't.
I definitely revealed mine, and it is the only Christmas movie that matters, and that is Die Hard.
Oh,
I was going to make it more dramatic. I was going to be like, Brendan's about to announce it. Brendan's favorite movie during the holiday season.
It's Die Hard. One of the
That's
other
funny.
notable mentions, though, is remember the Rudolph, the claymation one?
Yep.
I just love because I love that when I forget is his name Cornelius, the guy that the miner guy. He always throws up his pick in the air, silver and gold. when he picks up the pick,
remember.
he tastes for the gold, and it was always that sound of the.
He
It always got
chased
me when
for
I was
the
a kid.
gold.
I just like.
that's a very different
Like
way
a
of mining.
80s cop
than
checking
I'm
if it's
used to
drugs.
Yeah,
hearing
exactly.
about.
Oh, he throws it up. Me and my brother and sister would just like lose it laughing at that. It was hilarious.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's one that I still have never actually made it through.
Well, we were just talking like we don't have cable anymore, and before during the holiday season, like you would be channel surfing, and then you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
like, you know, Elf's on or like Christmas Story's on, and you just sit and you just watch that. But it's like we don't really do that anymore. So like,
Yeah, to an extent, I agree for
the
sure.
ratings for some of these movies, it's gotta go down this year.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how
fine
you would
with it.
watch. That's how I would come across the claymation Rudolph. You wouldn't
Yeah.
be necessarily looking for it, but you'd be channel surfing. You're
It
like, oh,
finds
here
you.
it is. Here we
Finds
go.
you.
But then
We're doing
at the
this.
same time, I think that there's something to be said about the fact that so many more people are at home. Like so
That's right.
many people are at home with nothing to do. Like I feel like I started watching Christmas movies months ago.
That's hardcore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the when I was saying it, but I usually make a lovely wife watch like a real crap Christmas movie. It's like I like my like crappy horror movies, and I like crappy comedies, and I like crappy Christmas movies, but not like the Hallmark ones where you're just like, okay, this is already you know, she moves to her hometown and meets the guy that lives there and big city girl and that kind of stuff. It's like no, not that one. Like one where there's like talking pets or something. I'm in. If there's like a talking dog and a talking cat trying to like bring the family together and like they got like special effects to like make their mouths move and they speak English and it's like that, I'm in. If they play sports, I'm in.
Yeah, animal playing sports. Air Bud.
Yeah, Air Bud Christmas,
Air
I'm
Bud.
in. If I see that, I'm in.
One where I grew up, like I played football with the guy in Air Bud, so it was hilarious because like
Are you serious?
I swear
You now know the
I-
most famous person I've ever
Yeah, like, I don't know anyone.
I don't know
more
anyone that can
famous.
match that.
What was
Like
funny
Chad,
because
Chad Kroger, guy from Air Bud's got him beat. I think.
That's true. It is true. Kevin's got him.
Whose
But,
autograph's going on my wall?
But no, I remember thinking it was funny because like my family knew my parents knew his parents, so we went on a family vacation together at one point, and my only memory of Kevin was him and my brother holding me underwater and like trying to drown me for a little while.
Murder memory?
It ended well.
Well, you're here,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're a clone.
No.
Unless they're
as much
murder
as, at times I would
scientists.
like to. Oh man, I'm stuck in the box.
Stuck in, yeah. Well, because you're using the chat to talk to people.
I love that I went to talk to people
In the
and,
chat.
and well, yeah, but I was doing that anyways. But goodness.
I know what you did.
I know, but I can't not do it now.
Yeah,
It
go on.
can't be undone.
Go. It's fine. Let's do it live. It's fine.
Fine. Just
Frig
F
it.
Just do it live.
Frig
yeah,
it.
See? Bam.
Dane, what's your favorite Christmas? Or unless you got more to go on with
what's
the
your pick?
with people trying to drown you story. Sorry.
No.
So
I will say he was a fantastic football player. like really good.
So good you could get away with murder?
No, because our team was terrible.
Because like in football, you can get away with a lot, apparently.
I've taught
If you're
dogs
good
that are
enough.
better than you.
We did.
Dogs.
We definitely. We were horrible, and we still got away with a lot at school.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
my
make me call
favorite-
Bud. That's right, Air Bud.
He'll drive over here right now.
Yeah, he'll come
Better
over and
believe it.
Show you how it's done. He doesn't even have arms. He can still take a pass.
I'm sure that I do.
Doesn't even
Like,
have thumbs.
I remember that was kind of the funny part is I do remember like guys on the team kind of like making fun of him and poking fun at him, and I remember then thinking like, I knew this is so obviously over the top, like what your parents say when they're like, oh, they're just jealous of you. It's like, yeah, like he's got so much money, like I wish I was Airbud's dog owner.
Yeah, I
I wish
would sign up for
I
that.
got Rex.
You know what?
He's
we
cute as a button.
We
but,
got
like,
a green screen, a little bit of imagination.
I
You
don't know,
know,
what-
we
what's-
could make Rex a football star.
What's more Rex's sport though? If Rex were to have a sport, golf.
Well, and that's
maybe?
the thing.
Tennis,
I don't.
ping pong, table tennis.
I think he'd be scared of golf. And heaven forbid anyone ever yelled four. He'd be gone. He'd be gone for days.
I just don't know if Rex could get the leverage because he's at a height disadvantage.
I was thinking
Yeah.
more of the putting green for Rex,
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
right?
You know-
He'd
Yeah.
more so be just maybe you know how Chihuahuas do, they'll chase, growling
Yeah.
as the ball rolls.
That's the thing.
I can
That's-
picture him laying down and kind of like snipe shooting it.
It'd
So
be the
he'll-
opposite of Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
He's just got to get to the green, and then he
No,
can take care of
honestly,
it.
I think curling. I think curling would
Curling.
be Rex's sport.
I can see that.
Because he looks hilarious on hardwood floor. It looks like he's running around on ice. So I don't think ice would be that much different.
You
I
could
think
get
it's-
you get him a little miniature slider for his one side of his paws.
Mm-hmm. I'll just, from downstairs, I hear, off, off, off.
I think it's funny pets that I know some pet owners will understand what I'm saying, but like pets that have zero traction in the house. It's like every time they take a corner, it's like the butt just slides out. They go in the kitchen if there's linoleum or anything. It's just like they're on ice all the time, and it's like how why is the house such a problem? Like
That'd
what
be a
is it?
hilarious horror movie where like the bad guy has no traction, and so it's just like
That's
they get
actually
so close to you, and you just kind of step out of the way.
That would-
and they
that
just go
would.
flying.
You just go
That-
around the corner.
Would be a really that's again the $1 million idea of the day. So just to bring it back on theme, a Christmas horror movie, but like everything's icy, but the killer has like spiked shoes so they can just walk towards you and you're just slipping everywhere and everything's
See,
icy.
That takes it kind of full circle. I like that. That's
Because then
good.
you'd have excuse like why people can't like get up and run and do stuff, and it's like, and things are frozen, so you can't really like hide properly, and then the murderer, we'll just call him murder, we'll just cut right to it. They have murdered. The murderer just walks because they've got the cleats on, like the ice picky shoe things.
And that's what it could be called: Murder Walks on Christmas.
Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just like not put a record out, and we'll just make a Christmas themed horror
We'll
movie.
just make a terrible Christmas themed horror movie.
Jason
down.
goes to the North Pole, and it's just him like slaughtering elves. The first scene
Yes.
just comes up to like the shores of the North Pole, and it's just like his head comes out of the water.
Imagine if that's the amazing thing is they're too short, so he always keeps swiping over their
He
heads.
keeps missing. He's met his match finally.
I'm just all about thwarting the bad guy with comedy tonight. That's all that's on my brain is just hilarity. But no, my favorite.
Segue.
I will say that like I love Die Hard, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite
I wanna
because
guess yours.
I would think a favorite isn't just one that you have to watch. It's one that you probably end up watching a few times.
I want to guess it.
Every year, a couple times.
Go ahead, Mike.
Can I guess it?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't do the countdown thing. Is it Elf?
No, it is not.
Now
Elf.
I'm curious.
That's
curious.
definitely in my top 5. No, my all-time favorite Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
I know it's
Vacation.
a cliche.
No,
It
that's a good standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
The jokes in it, it's one of those ones, and I think the other thing about it that I like is it still, pardon me, it still is a movie that makes my dad like belly laugh, and so that's always a good one for me, because my dad laughs a lot. But
What's your
but,
favorite
yeah.
like scene from that movie? Because there's a lot of great scenes from that movie.
It's either. That is a tough one because there's some really good ones. My favorite, like, make me feel warm and like it's Christmas time, is when he's up in the attic and he's got on like all the old clothes and stuff like that to try and keep warm, and he starts watching the old family movies, because mainly that is my favorite Christmas song, that Ray Charles tune. And then for funny, it's definitely got to be, and this one always, that's when my dad starts laughing his butt off, is when he's zipping down the hill on the on the sprayed sled.
Yeah, right.
Let her rip, hang 10.
My favorite part from that movie is when he gets his Christmas bonus, and just everything that's been bottled. It's just the cork gets popped, and I'm like, I think a lot of people can identify not necessarily with the actual the Christmas bonus, but just like something equivalent where you're just like,
moment.
yeah, where you're just like, you're going to snap, and it's just it's all coming out. Because once you release it, it's just like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like once you've, like with certain things in life, like once you cross the line, just go for it. Like just make it count. Just make it count. But yeah, I love that part of the movie.
Oh my gosh, somebody said, I just saw Reindeer Games. Kelly was mentioning Reindeer Games.
I've not seen Reindeer Games.
I was tempted to watch it the other day. It's Ben Affleck.
Is it Christmas by default because of reindeer? Because it's like they're like elves. They don't really exist except for this time of season. Sorry for any reindeer elves watching.
I once almost hit a reindeer and it was not very Christmassy.
Is it like
But
a mini moose, or?
I thought reindeer was actually a thing. That's a real thing.
It is. They are.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, no, it's like we just don't really hear about reindeer except for. Like,
okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. True.
One ran in front
like
of the
groundhogs.
MDD bus, and it landed, and the bus the bus ended up in the ditch. That's what happened, because there was a reindeer farm like a couple miles away, and they had gotten loose, and that's what the cop had figured. What happened?
They got loose,
there were
or
tracks.
they were going home.
You went with that.
Maybe they were going home because we were in Idaho. They're pretty far north.
Idaho reindeer.
Could have been heading that way.
Their thing.
No, not Idaho, Idaho.
But yeah, you don't really hear about reindeer very often, and I have not seen Reindeer Games.
Not in Toronto. I'd be more worried about coyotes.
That's
Yeah,
true too.
I heard that one.
Actually,
did you guys hear about the? I think she's a mutual friend of both of ours. Who got like chased? She got like chased back to her place with because she had 2 dogs with her, and she had to pick her dogs up. And
Oh,
was,
really?
Like, getting chased home. Yeah.
Yeah,
by
'cause
coyotes.
There's less activity, so they come in through the ravines, right?
Yep.
There's a fox in this neighborhood, and I must say it would just destroy Nella if it got its chance.
Fox.
Yeah, I've got to be careful around here with Rex. I feel like even a skunk would rip him to shreds.
Even a hawk. Sometimes I see hawks flying around. I'm like,
At my
Rex-
parents' place, I have to be careful because there was a hawk that was flying, like, because you guys know how it goes up on a slope in the back there.
Yeah.
The hawk was just in the neighbors behind. He was just like perched on their shed, just kind of watching Rex as he wandered around the backyard.
That is a heavenly backyard for the summer months.
Very.
Your parents.
Yeah,
nice
it's definitely nice.
Everyone got to see a little corner of it, but there's much more majesty to that backyard.
It's Rex's little palace when he gets to go over and run through the bushes.
I'd much prefer to pee and poo back here. Cindy's saying Bad Santa.
Okay,
Bad Santa.
that's another one in my top 5 for sure.
If you want to make me belly laugh, that's kind of one of them. That one does it to me. There's some really There's some really awful jokes in there.
Have not
Oh,
seen it all the
there is,
way
yeah.
through, but it's on my list to watch it through this year, this holiday season.
Well, and the
but-
second one is good
but
too.
I've seen lots of pieces of it.
It's not as good, I don't think, as the first one, but it is really good. Oh man, yeah. But that's another one that I don't just watch at Christmas time.
Just a good.
Like I think
movie.
I've watched that easily, because Jen and I will sit and watch that and like easily 4 or 5 times in the last year.
That's hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, we like it.
Wow.
We like us some Billy Bob.
Just looking through the chat here. There's just like, oh, there's the most recent one. Who's the guy from Saved by the Bell? Mario.
Mario Lopez.
Yeah, and he did like the KFC Colonel Sanders Christmas movie.
Oh, is that?
And and like when the thing came out, everyone's like, "Is this real? Is this real?" And we're like, "That's where we're at right now with entertainment." We're like, we're not sure if it's real or not because the internet's ruined us.
Exactly. There's just so much. Like, how can you even tell anymore?
Because it's so ridiculous. We're like, no, like that. Someone put a script together and put it out. It's funny. So
What have you guys checked out the new Saved by the Bell?
no, I
have
have not.
I haven't either. I'm kind of afraid to, because Saved by the Bell was probably like that was one of my molded me TV shows.
Me too.
Yeah,
Really?
I
watch
watched
every
that
day.
easily 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah.
Like we would, I had 3 channels because we just had the the old antenna.
Mhm.
So we had 3 channels and only one really good one. So you'd come home from school and there was like a half an hour to an hour period where there was like Saved by the Bell and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So if you got home early enough, you could
a good
get those
lineup.
in.
You could get both.
But then after that, you're done. There's nothing else on it.
Yeah. Mike, did you say what yours is?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, he hasn't revealed it.
I don't know if I'm not going to give like the funny answer. I'll talk about like bad movies later, but and I don't know if this is like a movie or a special, but I think it's titled "Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean."
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
That's my
so
standard. And you talk about belly laughs and stuff. It's like I will not get sick of that. There's so many. I know it's all skits.
Is that the head in the turkey?
Yeah, there's
The
that
head in the
one.
turkey.
The head in the
yeah.
turkey. Yeah.
But there's the like the couple parts. There's the one where he's
sucks.
yeah. There's the one where he's conducting the band outside.
Yes.
And he's like realizing like that part's pretty good because like there's so many times with trying to think of a way to stay with me here for a second. I did a very very small stint with Blue Man Group for their auditions, and the way they were explaining Blue Man Group is like the idea of sound and like it's all about discovery. And that's kind of the vibe they have with a lot of things that they were doing. They'd bang on something, make a noise, and it's kind of like the idea. And the way that Mr. Bean does a lot of things, it's a lot of discovery for him. And when he was discovering the music and when he with the baton, and he'd move, and it's just like everything was like just finding this new toy, this new thing, and the way that he would do stuff. And I remember that was pretty funny. And the other one too is when they had the nativity scene in the department store and he's like making the noises and it's like I can identify with that because I think it's fun to give life and personality to these types of things, and the way he's doing it, and the dinosaur comes in and the marching band and he's telling it shh and then they play quiet. It's just, there's so many parts in that where I'm just like it's all good. Every bit of this episode is good.
And he doesn't need to say a word.
Nope.
Not a single
I
word.
think that's all he ever did say was Christmas socks. And I think he said
There wasn't
Oh,
many.
man.
There wasn't many. Pal was saying in the YouTube chat, Rowan Atkins is a great actor. He's so fun. The thing about Mr. Bean is apparently when you would do auditions, they would kind of say you look weird and you talk weird. And so he made up Mr. Bean, who could just be kind of odd, and it was funny. But then when he went to go do Blackadder, it's like he actually got to do the show that he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
With you kind of had that Shakespearean vocal,
Yeah, and I
like,
haven't seen
dialogue
much of
delivery
that.
and stuff. Blackadder's
I've
pretty
seen
good.
a lot of Mr. Bean, but
No, Blackadder's really good, and I would say it's in my top 5 really
he was awesome in
really
Rat Race.
sad endings for shows. But Blackadder's pretty good. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean, like that's my pick for
Yeah, that's definitely a
for
good
Christmas movies.
And that is
Forgot about that one.
That's
forgot
another
about
one that I've watched at such like weird times because I had it on cassette. Like I had that on VHS.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had that, and for a little while I only had 2 VHS tapes, and I was in this tiny little apartment, and so I would put on those 2 VHS tapes and just like switch them back and forth.
It's a good one.
Merry
We're,
Christmas,
we're in
yeah.
the generation where we would have things on VHS tape, or we'd tape it on TV to have it.
I was gonna say, I think I still have a bunch of Mr. Bean on VHS tape at my parents'. There's like a cabinet it's sitting in. I don't even know if we have anything to play it on anymore, but
I don't have a VHS player.
Somewhere, I do still have a TV it's like a little TV that has a VCR. My dad, I remember buying it when we would.
oh, one of the ones that's built right in.
Yeah, and he got it because of the fact that it had a connector thing that you could plug it in the van, and so he made like a box for it to sit on, so that when we went on longer trips, we could actually watch movies. It was pretty
That's
hardcore
hardcore.
at the time.
That is hardcore.
At the time, it was like, wow, that's
He
some
wanted that.
dedication.
He wanted it.
But like we would at least once a month go somewhere on a weekend because they would go on a business trip, and we'd go with them, and so we would be driving 10, 12 hours at least once a month or once every 2 months. But yeah.
You got another classic.
Home Alone's a good one.
Yeah, Home Alone. That's a classic.
That's-
Good one. I was gonna pick that, but then I did remember the Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean, because my thing with Home Alone is like, I think they did it on MythBusters with like how much damage to like the human body Kevin would have done to the wet bandits. So because you can't just drop an iron on someone's face from like 15 feet, and for them to just be like, oh, I'm mad, to be like, no, my face is shattered.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's skull would have been
Yeah,
cracked
my
in.
eye sockets are crushed. I can't breathe. I've swallowed my teeth.
What's his Merv and I forget their names. Oh, come on, Merv.
What was Marv? Was it Marv?
Merv, I don't know.
Marv and something. Someone can
Marv
fact
and
check
Harry.
that.
Harry and Marv.
Do you know that, or is that fact checked?
No, that's not fact checked.
You
that's
know that.
just.
You know that
But I
trivia.
think I
That's
watched
just the-
Home Alone like 2 weeks
It
ago.
sounds right.
That's just the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah, Harry.
And
It
Marv.
is not Mark.
No, it's definitely not Mark.
He meant to say Marv.
I'm sure
So
they could.
that's
That's
funny.
another thing we could do. Is just like go back and just change the. If we have one of those Berenstain Bear moments, and they could go with him, like, wait a second, it is Mark. We're in another universe right now.
It's like that movie that Sinbad's in.
Oh my
Everyone's
gosh.
seen that doesn't exist. I mean, I definitely saw that. I saw the title of it, and I was like, "Yeah, I've seen that before." And then it's like, "It doesn't exist." I'm like, "Well,
What?
Don't listen to what I say then."
I do, but not to. I'm gonna say the whole Mandela effect, because there's some things where I'm just like, no, it was not Berenstain Bears. It wasn't Berenstain Bears. It's Berenstein
What?
Bears.
Oh yeah.
Like they changed it.
They changed it. We shuffled over a universe. What happened? I know.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's now called Berenstain?
Yeah. That's what it's always been, apparently. Mandela.
Okay,
effect. Exactly.
wait a minute.
Or we just couldn't read. Like maybe where we grew up, we're
just
just like, yeah.
I before E, except after what?
Yeah, it's like Clawford, the big red dog. You're like, okay, that's fine.
So hold
Clawford.
on.
Yeah, it's
not-
always been
Dogs have
Clawford.
claws. It makes sense. I don't know.
I always thought it was EIN.
Like Steen.
Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, but no, it's Berenstain Bears.
Now is that like a thing that's gotten changed like some of the other
No,
products
it's
that-
always
Apparently,
been like that.
it's
Apparently, in
always.
this universe, because we shuffled over.
Wow.
Yeah, something happened when they built that Large Hadron Collider, or whatever it's called.
There's literally one sitting at my parents' place.
You're gonna go fact check it.
Like
Hadron Collider?
I'm
Hadron Collider.
A
I think
Hadron
that's.
Collider.
No, I think that. Wow, some big basement you got there.
yeah, it's the Bose Higgs and Bose. What is it? Am I thinking of the right thing?
Kelly's saying it's just because as children you can pronounce the E sound easier than the long A sound. I don't know. I think the adults, the caregivers, should have been pronouncing it properly and correcting the children. But that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought
So maybe it was originally.
I thought
Harry
it was
and Mark.
Steen. I don't know. There's a picture back. Like, it's just hard because with Photoshop you could change this stuff so easily.
Full on Mandela effect. It's
That's what I mean.
Berenstain Bears. Someone running the bath back there.
Yeah.
Laundry.
No, I think the tub's empty now.
French fries.
Actually, French fries would be.
It
nice.
does. It either sounds like deep fryer or
It's
bath.
picking it up
Be a
hard,
deep
is
fryer.
it?
Yeah.
I'll switch over to this mic.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow, it's amazing how much it's not there now.
Yeah. That is
Really?
significantly better.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is. Yeah. That's like as better as it can be.
Oh, fantastic. I wanted
still
to.
there.
I wanted to use
Still
the
French
head.
fries though.
I wanted to use the headphones that
Drops
that
your voice
make my
down.
voice
Makes it sound like that.
Oh, that's such a good idea. I have one of those. I have a pedal that does all kinds of stuff. Oh, well, that's coming out.
There's effects in here. I just don't know how to get into it. But other Christmas movies, other notables.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Totally
That's
forgot about
another
that one.
Super classic.
Yeah, that's anything. I love Tim Burton, but that's a great movie.
I feel like we
I
don't
like it.
have. Go ahead.
It's not on my favorites list.
Nightmare's
Nightmare?
not.
No.
Why?
It's-
Why
I
is
like
it
it.
not?
It's just not. I don't know.
I just thought of one.
I don't know. I don't know why it's not on my favorites list. But like same with, you don't like Christmas with the Cranks. But that's probably my top 3. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like that. I feel like we have some good animated movies, but like Tim Burton style stuff, like how much of that got through to mainstream and just how awesome and stylized it was. I don't feel like we've really recaptured that.
No, there's no movies like
Just
I remember
really
when that
dark.
came out. I was like, it was really dark and geared toward kids, and like everybody knew about it. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
and it was a musical as well. It's like
yeah, Marilyn Manson like covered the tunes, and everyone's like, right.
yeah, it's just like there's a lot going on there with how that stuff was.
Actually, if you go listen to that cover of This Is Halloween, Marilyn Manson does it. It's insane. It's actually crazy. Try to learn like the guitar and bass parts in it. It's really hard. It's just jumping around all over the place, like a million key changes. Yeah, it's something. I was blown away. I was like, wow, I didn't realize that.
If
Another
being saying something that is hard, or that something is hard, that's when I know
yeah,
it's,
it should
it's
just
difficult.
put it in tracks. Jeremy's saying Edward Scissorhands is a Christmas movie.
It is
That's another
another
puts it
Tim
around
Burton.
Christmas.
Somehow that his
Yeah.
creepiness made it to Christmas.
Maybe that's what you should have just stayed with.
Christmas movies.
Just keep making Christmas movies.
Just come up with really creepy characters with sharp things for hands and whatever.
Yeah.
And
I always thought like the thing that stuck out for me in Edward Scissorhands was all the scars on his face.
Mhm.
And I remember like being like when I was younger, being like, that's really sad that he can't like touch his face without like cutting himself up. Just things that you
That was
say,
not what I
take for
thought
granted. But I just
was
like I
sad.
thought about that kind of stuff and like that attention to detail. Like that's what kind of bothered me and like made me feel sorry for him. Just like you have scissor hands and you can't touch your face. And it's like now we go with masks on and you can't touch your face, but it's not like you're gonna cut up your face if you have to scratch something or whatever. And how did he
I don't know,
sharpen his own hands?
I just thought it was
Exactly.
always mean that,
Did he have a
that he
sharpening
had
stone?
to. Actually, that's a good point. I never thought of that.
unless he had
Because
like
those would get dulled quick.
Someone got him a wheel to like
Or-
sharpen his hands. Like, can you just give me actual hands?
unless the guy got him like really nice scissors that you never have to sharpen. He's like telling him when he's little, okay, look, you're never
The
gonna have
dream.
to sharpen these. Like these scissors are gonna be so sharp. Your face might get cut up, but
What
just
if-
don't touch it.
What if he was like really, really mean and gave him like all scissor hands that You know those like crappy scissors that like aren't like tight enough, so when you go to cut something, it like folds it in between.
Oh man,
So you
It's
can't
like they don't even
paper.
cut. They don't even cut. It's terrible scissors.
that's
Like you
the
buy
worst.
these just to throw these in the garbage, and then they're in the garbage, and the only thing they do is poke a hole in the garbage bag, and then the garbage goes on the ground. They're terrible.
Exactly. How does he pee?
Pee pants.
Well, and that brings me
Yes,
to
pee
what
pants.
to what
That's why
I
it's got those leather pants on. They're pleather. Doesn't stain. Doesn't
they
stick
just.
around.
Well, and
I don't-
he could have a zipper of sorts, because the thing is, like,
A knee-driven
could
zipper.
use-
Yes.
he could use one of the things to get a zipper down
Yeah.
and back
You just
up.
put your thumb in like the bottoms. But I would say the chat's getting out of control right now. But the how does he pee thing, as someone who ran a studio, I would not be surprised if his aim is any worse than people who do not have scissors for hands.
That's true.
Because the
That
amount
is
of
true.
times I'm just like, how, like if your aim's that bad, just sit down.
Sit down.
Just
Yeah,
sit down,
just
or
sit
dare I
down.
say, just go in the freaking sink. Like if you can't aim it down, just drop it over. I will not ask any questions and just leave it at that. But it's just like the amount of
I
times
am
I'm just
never
like,
gonna wash
how
my hands
did
in
you
your
get?
studio sink again.
How did you get pee over here? That's all I want to know. It'd be like the next day. Be like, okay, we got to talk. Not about the tracks, but about the toilet. What's going on in there?
Nightmare on Elm Street at Christmas? Oh,
That's
he put
Christmas?
red- Is his sweater red and green? Pardon me,
It is.
green?
It was. Oh, you know they should replace
I
his
thought it
hat
was
with a
red and
Christmas
black.
hat. Someone could fact check that. Freddy
That would work.
Krueger's wardrobe.
There's got to be one of those movies that was made during Christmas time.
I'm surprised. I'm sure there's a Jason movie.
You know, there are some
Christmas.
parallels between
Jason
Freddy
ruins
Krueger
Christmas.
and Santa. Because, like, Santa always, he knows when you're sleeping. So does Freddy. Knows when you're awake. So does Freddy. He knows if you've been bad or good. I'm assuming Freddy does, too.
Dude, no, that would be awesome. So you got a movie where it's like Freddy and Santa, and like you wake up because like the character wakes up because Freddy's there, and then Santa's there, and Santa like shakes you, he's like, go back to sleep, and then you go back to sleep, and then Freddy's there again, and you wake up, and it's just like this a never-ending loop until 6 a.m. and half the world doesn't get any presents.
My goodness.
How someone put that meme up. How fast would Home Alone get solved nowadays with cell phones? Someone had a good meme where it
Yeah,
was like,
no, totally.
It's like, Mom, you left me at the airport. Okay, I'll come get you right now. It's like, movie over, done, 10 minutes.
Well, they wouldn't even have to. It'd be like, all right, we're sending an Uber. Like, done.
Yeah, exactly.
In
Yeah.
fact, the kid would probably just take an Uber to the airport.
Just take an Uber,
like
yeah.
he wouldn't even call anyone. He'd just show up.
He's like, oh, I think I left the lights on though, Dad. Dad pulls up his phone. No, don't worry, I have Roger's home.
Yeah, we got Nest. It's okay.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off. I was gonna not to take it back to do Nightmare Before Christmas, but that was a musical, which reminded me, I don't like musicals. The idea of people stopping doing what they're doing to just start singing and dancing freaks me out. Like makes me incredibly like leave the room uncomfortable. And but
How do you think the fans feel at our shows?
what do you mean?
I'm just kidding, because
Okay.
we're like, if someone just starts singing and dancing all of a sudden, because it's
No,
like,
but that's what's
that's
supposed
what
to
we
happen
do.
when a band is playing. But I mean, like, what's it called? Like flash mob style, where all of a sudden, like
Oh,
everyone's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like in Greece, or like everyone just
the-
starts singing and dancing, and like,
like
whoa,
Glee. Like
yeah,
Glee.
like I can't
Yeah,
handle
I'd
that.
run
Like
too.
I'm out.
I'd run.
But this particular group / ensemble gets a pass because it's amazing. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay. Yep.
It's
Fine.
a musical,
Fair
but
enough.
Muppets win in my books for a lot of
Yup,
stuff.
yup, yup, yup,
You know
yup,
what's
yup, yup.
another Christmas musical, or at least they always play it at Christmas time, is Jesus Christ Superstar.
As Christmas.
I always end up watching that at Christmas time.
Well, it's the guy's
always-
birthday.
I was
Yeah.
half joking.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a birthday movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
His birthday's just on Christmas. Jesus is the ultimate. Like, oh, how do you think I feel? My birthday's on Christmas.
Definitely,
funny.
definitely a weird one with Facebook. People that have birthdays on Christmas because Facebook tells everybody. It's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
Yes.
My mother's birthday is on the 27th.
27th.
So I always make the distinction, be like, this is your birthday present. And
Yep.
this is your
And this
Christmas
is your
present.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Very clear distinction.
Man, I always thought that would be so tough if, like, you know, a couple years in a row, like if you had multiple kids and every year you just ended up where you had them was like right by Christmas time.
Oh my God.
It's like
It's going to be
you'd
so
have to
expensive.
You'd have to put
Or
money
cheaper.
and presents
Or
away
cheaper.
all year, just so you can, like, okay, so here's your Christmas present, your birthday present. You know what? Why don't we throw in some, like, Easter and stuff like that? You know.
The old slashy gifts. I had a lot of slashy gifts. I'm on the 19th, so I had a lot of slashy gifts.
You have a lot of slashy gifts. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
mom's pet peeve.
It's
Slash
like,
gifts.
here's the thing, and then it's like gifts are there, but it's just like here's like one big thing that kind of spills over into Christmas, or like, you know, something's probably coming on Christmas if it's a little light on the 19th.
Yeah.
Little less than I expected there.
Count came in a little bit short. Just wondering what's it's
Actually,
coming in next
like-
week. Okay, I got you.
The Santa Claus, I like that idea that it's inherited, that someone always has to take over the mantle of Santa Claus.
Right.
That is a cool, yeah.
I was like, oh, and I also like the idea that Tim Allen just gets this note, and then all of a sudden he just starts getting fat and
Starts
jolly.
being Santa.
Something, yeah, you just start being Santa.
Starts Santaing.
Man,
That's not a bad one either. That's not a bad movie.
it is
Seen that.
it is a good movie. I think around like the third or fourth one, I started kind of like when they had Martin Short in the icicle hair costume. I think that was one of my favorite characters for sure. He definitely never disappoints.
What else do we got here?
You know what
Go ahead.
what always seems like it's a Christmas movie to me, even though it's really not, is Star Wars, the original trilogy. Because I would go home to my parents and I had my old VHS copies of it, and every Christmas we'd just be at home, so I'd watch Star Wars full trilogy. So for some reason, I just always associate. I'm like, oh, it's Christmas, time to break out Star
That's
Wars.
not a Christmas. But we should be able to superimpose, instead of having like the guns, they could just be presents. Everyone could be holding presents.
You could be candy canes,
Yeah, exactly. Holding candy canes and
Yeah,
presents.
Candy Cane's good, yeah.
and
Yeah.
when they swing lightsabers, it's just like wrapping paper going everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
just,
that's-
big brown paper tubes. And they still make the noise.
and they still make the noise.
Okay, that's what we
well,
use
they
them
do
for
make the
anyways.
noise.
They would.
If I know if I have a big cardboard tube in my hand, it's definitely a lightsaber. within
Lightsaber.
seconds.
Lightsaber.
That needs to go in the book of the awesome things Brennan has.
And how
if
many?
If I have a big plastic tube in my hand,
It's a lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber. That's just a given, right?
it becomes
How
a
old are
lightsaber.
you? Old enough.
Well-
Lightsaber.
And then when that gets boring, you put it to your mouth and blow into it. And then if you have a dog around, the dog
Oh,
always
cats
gets
love
super weirded
love
out.
that.
That's too funny.
There's certain things, like weird things like that with pets. It's like, I think you should only do it once, because they'll be like, what just happened?
Yeah,
And then they'll just like never know that
traumatize
was.
them forever.
They're like, that was a thing today, and now it's like not. Is this like a normal thing or not? Because
This
I
is
just
true.
catalog that in my pet brain.
This is true, Lauren. They always
Yeah,
do seem to put Star
they
Wars
always
out
do.
around Christmas, right? So, and the last couple years, I always go right after Christmas to go see the new Star Wars that came out.
Thought, is it because merchandising?
Probably has a big part of it.
Yeah, because like Bad Santa probably doesn't have a lot of merchandising.
No, but,
But
I know.
I just thought of another one. Speaking of, I do believe this is a Christmas movie. Is it Last Action Hero
Yes.
with Arnold and the toy?
Yeah.
And then
Wait, no, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Is that okay? I thought. Okay, yeah.
Last
that,
Action Hero is awesome, but no, it's not.
the Jingle All the
That's
Way
not
is the one about the
Christmas.
toy, and he's got to get the toy and
Yeah,
does a bunch of Arnold stuff.
Jingle all the
yeah,
way.
and
What was Last Action Hero?
that
then?
was one of the last movies that oh, what's his
I just
name?
want to see.
Phil.
Hartman.
Phil Hartman. I think that was the last movie he was in.
Yeah, no, Last Action Hero. I remember that video game artwork, but I don't remember that movie.
Last Action Hero was good. It was like corny.
Yeah, Jingle All the Way.
Good.
Jingle All the Way.
There was a golden age of action movies in the 90s where they were all just like, they were good, but they're bad, but they're so good at the same time.
Wait, Phil Hartman wasn't in that. It was Arnold and Sinbad, Kelly is saying. And I think I was thinking Phil Hartman because Sinbad was in a movie with Phil Hartman.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think they're both trying to get the same toy for their kid. Or something like that.
I think that, that was...
It was a good movie, though. It was funny. It hit this boy.
It seemed like Christmas stuff started early this year. It's like as soon as Halloween was over, they're like, well, we couldn't really have Halloween. So it's It's November 1st, so I mean, let's just go for it, I guess.
Well, I think like everyone probably had their orders for supplies and stock in like a long time ago.
Yeah.
So just get it onto the floor, because I felt like that's what it was like with Halloween. Because Halloween candy, not that I was paying attention too closely, but it was at least 2 weeks earlier on sale than usual.
Was it?
And yeah, because we stocked up like way before Halloween. So it was already on half price. It's like they ordered all the stuff. They're not going to sell it. So
I don't think I had any Halloween candy this year.
We did. I think there's 4 like mini chocolate bars left upstairs, and we're at that like that standoff point.
You're like, who's gonna
where
take
like
them?
who is going to get into the rest of it? Because when there's so much of it, when there's like 4 boxes, it's like you could just elbow deep and not worry about anybody being like, hey, how much of this do you have?
Jessica, if you're watching, go take it now. Now, take it. Now we're talking about it.
That's too funny.
Oh, we're all like way over the top on apple pie from Costco.
Apple pie.
Yeah, because we got one last time we were
Okay.
there. And that's a lot of pie for 2 people.
It's a big pie.
They're big
It's
pies.
a big pie.
Yeah, they're not tiny pies. It's not a tiny pie.
Tiny pie. I was trying to think what else. What other Christmas movies? Don saying, did I miss Brennan playing bass?
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that. Maybe not this time.
This time.
I'm like, what am I gonna play?
Oh, this just to maybe finish it off. My one of my favorite bad Christmas movies. I do believe it's called Silver Bells. And it's like one of those Hallmark movies, and it's just like broken, dysfunctional family, and there's like a basketball team and like a talking dog, and it's like the dog doesn't play on the team though, but there's like a bunch of weird stuff in it where you're just like, it's like they just took, like, you know when people fill in like those ad-lib things or Mad Libs or whatever it's called, where you just put words in to fill it in, and you're like, that's what it says, and it's supposed to be funny. That's what the movie felt like, because there were so many plot lines and things, and they didn't like really wrap it up at the end as far as like any of the storyline. It's just like stopped being a movie.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 hours long or something. It was like you got invested in it, and you're just like, I feel like I need to finish this because it's so bad. But I'll let people know whatever the bad one is this year. Anyway.
Gosh.
Charlie Brown Christmas. I've played that show
What?
before. You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Christmas.
I've definitely played that Linus and Lucy song before. Doom boo doo boom 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 doo doo.
That's Charlie Brown Christmas.
I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, 2 more notable ones here, or I guess one. The Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I've not
I saw
seen it. I know it's
somebody commented it earlier. But yeah, that is definitely. I remember I was working at the movie theater when that came out, and that was the biggest that I've ever seen for a movie. Like, it was lined up out the door, like around the block. I remember cleaning for that that movie was impossible. So we didn't really clean it. We just kind of like swept everything under the seats. Which at that time at that theater was we used to call that Daning the theater. Would be if you just sweep it under the seats. Just Dane it.
I had to fact check this one. Katie said Holiday in Handcuffs is a good movie. I had to check that just to make sure that's appropriate. It stars Emilio Lopez again, so it's very safe. It's wholesome.
Yes. He's the one person from the Saved by the Bell cast that did stay wholesome.
Stayed wholesome.
Not Screech. Not Screech.
Didn't he die in prison?
No, I think he's still.
Oh, we talked
Dustin
about
Diamond?
this. That was a host.
Dustin Diamond.
Or a host. A hoax.
I got sent. That everybody's got down the rabbit hole of like celebrity boxing, back in the '90s. If anyone remembers that. And yeah, like he sent me one where Screech was fighting like this, like old guy from another TV show. And it was really there was some weird entertainment in the '90s.
Holiday in Handcuffs was filmed in Calgary, in Canada.
Filmed in
Alberta.
Calgary. That's where I was.
Okay, so no, it was he didn't die.
Didn't die.
No, he's still good, but he did go to prison.
He's done a lot of things. He's lived a full life, I would say, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I give it to him for like maybe that was him. That was his way of he had to show everyone that he wasn't Screech anymore. It's like
he really went
the
opposite of Screech.
He had to do a bunch of steroids and go to prison.
Because top of mind, Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel, I saw him on Drunk History tonight, and it's just like, Jaleel didn't need to go and do the extreme things that Dustin Diamond had to do.
Okay, but Screech didn't have Stefan Urkel.
That's true.
Right.
He never,
Like,
he didn't have Scratchet or anything like that. He just had
Scratch. I was like, what's it gonna be?
I was actually afraid when Steve Urkel went in that machine and he didn't come back. Steve Urkel, like he went in Stefan and didn't come back. I thought he was going to be trapped as Stefan. I didn't like it. Stefan Urkel was cool, but
they'd kind of lose their whole show.
Yeah. Who's Carl gonna get mad at now?
Yeah, and who's gonna go? Jeez.
I think the catchphrase was "Got any cheese?"
Mm.
I think that's what it was.
I just heard cheese.
Anyways, cheese is good.
But those are a bunch of really good Christmas movies that we mentioned. That's for sure.
No, it's good.
There's a couple that I hadn't thought about in a while, so I'm glad that you mentioned the Mr. Bean one because I kind of forgot about that one.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
I wonder if it's on any streaming services, Mr. Bean. I don't know.
I feel like Crave
should be. Sure, it should be. Because part of me is like, if you can put all Trailer
Crave.
Park Boys on.
Oh, it's on Prime.
It's on Prime.
Is it on Prime?
Yeah. Oh, it's
the
on
movie
Netflix.
or the season, like all the seasons.
Oh, I don't know if it's.
Because it is game over for me if all the seasons are on there.
I think it's movie.
That's still good too.
Yeah, I don't know which one I saw on
Maybe
there,
it's not.
but I
I
know
don't
I
know.
saw Mr. Bean on there some point recently.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna go watch Star Wars actually.
I know for a fact that my dad's got it somewhere, either on a hard drive or on a DVD.
Oh, Mr. Bean, 1990 British sitcom, 1 season on Prime.
That's
There is
getting
one
closer.
season. Yeah,
It's getting closer. Such a good show.
that sounds like fun.
It looks like it's time, boys.
It
Yes,
is.
yes, indeed, it is.
Any more questions you guys want to answer in the chat?
Sorry, it's all Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson on my Google here. Let's see.
It's all beamed up in there.
Yeah.
It's a bean salad in here.
Just looking at the chat.
Oh yeah, did I do that? That's right. Forgot about that one.
All right. Anyways, Sunday. Dan, you got any thoughts on Sunday?
Well, Sunday, I think that that's only a few days away from Christmas. And so I thought maybe we could have like a little virtual Christmas party.
Well, holiday special.
We could wear, wear our Christmas gear and get our favorite mug and fill it with some Christmas cheer. And I'll even maybe play a Christmas song or two.
If everyone's good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not good, then you have to go to the lump of coal live stream.
Oh, and
just
honestly,
stare at a lump of coal.
The lump of coal. Well, like heaven and hell, the lump of coal might be pretty popping.
It actually, it might have like some pretty cool music and like.
Yeah, it'll be darker. It'll definitely
risque
be a much darker.
Conversational topic.
Well, and I'll have a cravat and.
I feel like we're selling the lump of coal stream way better than the holiday specials live stream now.
You know what?
We should probably
everybody should kind of pay attention on that day because we might make it the lump of coal stream. In which case, you got to drink like Pabst Blue Ribbon and wear like a shirt that hasn't been washed in a week or so.
I'd hate to generalize, but I feel like that's a good chunk of people living downtown Toronto. Living beyond their means.
Well,
just living in Toronto is beyond most people's.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, holiday special Sunday.
But yeah, so keep your eyes open for the set list. I'll post that sometime on Sunday, and we'll giggity.
Be good way to round out the rest of this very interesting, unique year.
C minor Sunday.
Yes.
I don't actually know if it's in C minor, but just everything C minor.
All right, sounds good. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, subscribe, comment. If you're watching on Twitch, remember to follow. And if you're watching on Facebook, just remember to share. That's all we ask. Just share this, get some more people here. It's always good. Thanks for everyone taking part in the chat. Shameless plug. I'll see you tomorrow on my gaming stream playing hockey. Routing other teams on low difficulty levels because it's more fun. All right. Thanks, everybody. Just getting set up here. Have a good rest of your evening.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later.
Oh, I went the right way.
You nailed it, Dan. You nailed it.
Oh, I've been waiting to do that.
Bless you.